Hello, it's Deborah from the French Attic, and I wanted to just show you how you can get benefit from the most unexpected things. We're filming in natural light, so I hope that you can see everything nice and clearly. I decided that I needed some stamps. I'm doing a lot of admin and sending off a lot of official paperwork at the moment to establish my residency in France. And I discovered by going onto La Poste website, so that's like the post office, French post office, that they will mail out stamps to you and they don't charge you for the cost of mailing the stamps. So I did that and I thought, brilliant, okay, that's nice and easy for me. And then this is how it arrived, and I love this for a number of reasons. So first of all, I get my stamps, so that's great. I'm very happy. I have my stamps. I can send off my correspondence. These green stamps are lettre verte, so that means these are like eco-friendly. It takes an extra couple of days for your letter to arrive, but I think they estimate it saves 15% on bad carbons and stuff. Clearly I hadn't thought that sentence through, had I? But these are meant to be better for the environment, so I'm using the green stamps. So they arrived, brilliant. They come in this lovely glassine bag. Isn't that just gorgeous? And I really like the La Poste little emblem there. But the other thing that is great, because this is going to be used for crafting and junk journaling, but the other thing is that they come in this really sturdy, and it really is a sturdy package. So I can use that as well in my crafting. I particularly like, I mean obviously this means do not bend, but I love that in German. Can you see that there? It says nicht kinken. I mean that's just, what a brilliant way to express do not bend, nicht kinken. I'm going to be using this as a writing board in one of my journals. So let me just demonstrate using once again, using my Winterland journal, because I still haven't found my other journals that I've made. But when you're writing on these pages, if you've got lots of things in the pocket underneath, it can affect your writing, obviously, because you're writing on a bumpy surface. Whereas if you have a sturdy surface, you can put that under the page you want to write on. It gives you a more stable way to write. I've done this before in other journals and in other videos, but I thought it might be a nice thing to revisit and show you how you can use unexpected little packages. While I was cutting down my piece of card, I also found my normal backing board, which is great. So I've cut my piece down, and I've deliberately cut it slightly larger than the pages against which I intend to use it. So these pages are, the whole thing is 7.5 down this way by 10 across here. So it's 7.5 by 5. And I've cut my board deliberately larger, so I've got a nice leaning space. Oh, you can see the sunshine coming in now, can't you? And before I stick this piece of paper to it, this is a piece of paper which I absolutely love. I've had it in my stash for such a long time, and I wanted to use it on a project that would mean that I could see it and use it quite a lot. So this writing board is perfect. So I cut this down. Again, this is slightly smaller than the outside edges. The reason for not cutting it to the exact edge of the backing board is because it would allow more opportunity for it to ruck up at the corners, and I don't really want that. But before I stick it down, I'm going to use some Stays-On. This is a saddle brown ink, and I'm just going to go around the outside edges of my board to give it a little bit more interest with the ink pad all the way around the outside. The sun is really coming in now. I hope it doesn't make it too difficult for you to see. That will just finish off my board and give it a nice edge. And I will glue this on here. I'm actually going to use a tape runner. This is a great glue to use if you don't want, if you're worried that you might get little lumps under your page by using a liquid glue. The only downside with using a tape runner is that you have to be very accurate when you're positioning your piece, because it's not as forgiving as a liquid glue, and it won't allow you to move the piece of paper around. So I've got to be very, very accurate. Oh, that's not bad for me. I'm always a little bit on the wonk, but for me, that is not too bad. I'll take that. Perfect. I've left my La Poste emblem on the back. I deliberately left that on so I would remember where I'd got the board from. And it means that I am ready to write down my stories in my journal. And I have a board on which to rest. Let me find a sensible page. Here we go. So I can rest my board on my page, and I can write without on a nice flat surface without any bumps underneath it. And I can use this in any of my other journals as well, anything where I need a board to rest on. So I hope that's given you an idea of how you can use waste packaging, or what would otherwise be waste packaging, and at some point I will find a use for this envelope as well. Thanks very much for your time, thanks for watching, and until we meet again, stay safe and take care.